Are you out of your mind? No way. Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of 2021 of this old Mustang. We're here just to do the reveal at first on the damage that we showed you on our last video. So let's take a walk around the Mustang. You can pan a little bit of it if you want, since I just washed the beast. This guy did a wonderful job. I think so. It's hard to tell the difference between the stock side. I wish he would have shot a little paint on that corner. The stock side and the repaired side. Additionally, this bumper had to be replaced anyway because my friend Paul, if you all recall, spilled Rust-Oleum all over it and ate through the paint. So she's looking good right now. Whew, so here we are, folks. We're at Ott's Green Top on Ott's Green Top in Turnersville, where we first met Rich. Don't pan his car. We'll show that in a minute. Let's go inside and say hi. There he is. How you doing, young man? How's it going? Good seeing you, man. It's been a while. Filming? Yeah, you're good. What the hairdo you got going on, man? I wish I had hair like you. I actually, we can't get over that seat. You want to sit here? The ladies are going to talk. Ladies are over there. We can't get that many people in there. Oh, so you should know, folks. That's Rich. You probably recognize the video, which is the Eco Boost versus the 4.63 valve. But Rich has made some upgrades, and we're going to take a look at those after we chit-chat for a few minutes.
It's good seeing you guys again. It's been a while, man.
Well, we're going to run again, but I don't expect to stay close after that. I drove your car yesterday. It feels good.
That's nice to hear. Because the first time you sneaky quick, kids.
One time I drove your car, and that was what?
Man, last summer. July.
Late, was it in July?
July or August.
I remember I pulled out and I made a right and mashed into it. You could feel the boost kick in, and the back tires got a little squirrely. And it went very quickly up Bag Harbor Road. I mean, it was pushing 90 maybe. Now, well, I think I had the traction control on.
Right.
And so the tires, it didn't fish or anything, but it really put you back. And this, what impressed me most about this little ride we just took yesterday when I drove it, the speedometer was racing up to 100 miles an hour. It just was like...
To me, that's that Precision NXT Turbo.
That's the what?
Precision NXT Turbo.
I'm going to ask you about that. Now, since we raced back, when was that, July in?
I believe it's August, July or August.
No. It was August. It was August 5th.
Yeah.
It's hot as balls.
Yeah.
It's 100 degrees out.
Yeah. His hair didn't look that good either, man. I fucking kill for that hair right now. But whatever. We're going from there.
I like your hair. I like the stuff.
I don't have any hair. But I used to be good looking like you, young man.
I pretty much young man.
Young man. Yeah.
So as it sits now, it's got an oversized turbo.
Yeah, it's got an oversized turbo.
Show us that turbo.
This turbo is like...
Folks, stay with us because we're going to go out and we're going to look at it. And you did a little something with the rims and the taillights too.
I also put in Nishi rims. They cost me $1,700 fucking dollars.
Those rims were $1,700 bucks?
$1,700.
With the tires?
No, straight rims.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed them, again, we're going to go out and we're going to really take a good look at them and do a once over on it again. My question is...
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But that turbo is way bigger than that little twin scroll I had.
Did that bolt right up?
Pulled it right on up. Yep. This is for the RS Focus.
How much was that?
That was
$19.99. $19.99.
And they knocked 100 off it if I bought it right then and there. Yeah. That wastegate alone is ridiculous compared to what I got that going on with it now. Now again, man.
So let's get back to the rims.
If you don't mind me interrupting real quick, I'm a four-cylinder. I didn't come out here thinking in the road. I just wanted to have a little beef behind my back, and I felt the torque on the thing. And having a great national, you with the T-type, we like the feel of the turbo. Some do, some don't. I just when I bought the car, it wasn't to be the king of the road. Obviously, you don't buy a four-cylinder to be the king of the road. What I found out is, with a couple bulldogs, it's a lot of fun. I'll just keep it that.
Well, I interviewed Stang Mode, and he, at its peak, he retired the Eco. He was the Eco Boost originally, the Eco Beast.
Sure.
He retired that at 1290 in a quarter mile.
Yeah.
And that's when he traded it in and got.
I don't think Stang Mode did everything he could or should do to that vehicle. I think.
You think he did more or less than what's
I think he did less. I think he got to a point and said, I want to upgrade. See, what I found out is I have so much money in this car, if I would have done this to a GT, so why I'm doing all this money to beat a GT. If you put all this money in a GT, where would you be? So
you can say that about almost any stage of
no, you can, but there comes a point where you start sinking money, you're like, oh, I gotta get out. You're like, you can't get out. I need an intercooler. Well, I need one more thing. So I got caught up into that. You know, it's a lot of fun though. Once in a while you'll roll up on one of that and you'll win. And then they're not very happy because it's a four-cylinder. So I get it, because I'm an old school big block or small block. I call it a big block as opposed to that. Inline 4, it's a little bigger than this phone.
Tell me about the taillights.
So I went with Raxium taillights. And the reason why I went with Raxium taillights is you won't see it during the day, but at night they got this digital dancing up and down. I like it. The taillights that were on the vehicle, everybody's got them 15, 20, 21. The taillights that were on the vehicle probably cost more than the taillights I put on. I just tried to be a little different.
Well, yeah, they make the taillight that was on there, that's why for mine, that's 197.
Yeah. It's a tri-bar.
I can get the well, I have tri-bar, but the angled ones.
Yeah.
But I think the Ford engineers, for each car when they design it, they take all that into consideration. What's going to look the best with that body style? You start putting taillights from a 13 or a 15 or an 18 onto an 06 or an 09. It doesn't look. It's not as good as what it came with.
I agree. I agree to a point. I disagree to a point because now every third house has a fucking Mustang or a Camaro in it. So just try to make mine a little different. Everybody wants to make theirs a little different, so it stands out. It's really hard to make a car stand out. You used to be in the hood. That thing's tough, bro. Just the looks of it's tough.
I got the cheese boiler and all.
Right.
After that, we're going to get the diffuser. The same one that Nate Ryder put on Sally.
Right. So without interrupting, Mark, is me with the rims, the $1,800 rims, and the taillights on the vehicle did nothing for the performance of the vehicle.
It doesn't matter. It's all part of the culture, man.
Well, are we trying to make the car quicker? So I can tell you.
Both. We want to make it look better, and we want to make it quicker.
We try to do both at the same time. One thing Stang Mode always says, and I think you've got it from Todd, it never ends.
Oh, it never ends.
So after I get this thing dynoed by time and have the chip put in, I also have to upgrade my intercooler. Everybody knows what a turbo is, the size of that turbo, but right now it's minus 18 now, so I'm okay right now. But obviously that's going to have to change by April or May, real quick. So any of you guys want to give me $650 for Michimoto and have it installed, buy your martini. Sweet potato fries. And Mark's not sharing with the camera.
You want them?
No, I don't want them. I don't like sweet potatoes.
Me either.
All right. Let's go take a look at what we've been talking about.
Now before he shuts this off,
He's not shutting it off. He's going to follow us out.
what Mark doesn't understand too is I'm 4 martinis deep and it's freezing out and I ain't got a jacket. So we're going to take this thing out in the corner. If I have to walk away, it's because I shook so hard that my plastic
Where's your jacket at?
And wear a jacket. I had no idea being outside.
It's 21 degrees out there.
I do all my work in a bar, so I don't need a jacket in a bar.
Whatever. All right, let's go take a look. That's a good-looking car, man. That is a good-looking car.
Go, babe, it's fucking freezing out here.
All right, Rich, tell me about that rim. Why is it shiny?
That rim is a Nishi rim. I wanted to go with burgundy. Actually, he talked me out of it on the first thing, and then I went with it anyway. I like the red and yellow look, so it's a little too much, maybe. They're filthy right now.
It's a bold
Big move. It was a big move.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
So that's like a lacquer. That's like a paint with a clear coat on it.
So what happens is the government sent me money to keep me home from working.
Yeah.
So I spent it on rims, and I never ate. And they're going to shut my electric off any day, but I got nice rims out of it.
They're going to shut his electric off, but he had to prioritize, and his Mustang was high priority.
High priority.
You still have a hot box when you warm up?
Well,
with?
yeah, the box is under here. What did you do? Put a lid on it?
So I put a lid on it because I was told by a bunch of guys who tune cars that there's a swirl that happens underneath there. And you need to have that swirl. So when you open it up for cosmetic views, they told me to put it back on, so I put it back on. I really went cheap with this. This necessary air intake.
Well, if you remember, we were complaining because
Screaming hot.
it's pulling hot air under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have some of the Mustangs have heat extractors on there, but this one doesn't. Now.
Here's the turbo here.
Come on over here. Here's the big ass turbo.
This thing here is the turbo. There's the turbo. There's the wastegate, which is about 2.5 times size one that I had on there. My problem is the Bama tuner, I believe, is actually holding it back.
On a 93 octane tune, I don't see how that's possible.
Well, they throttle it down to a certain CFM and everything else. They won't allow you to get past that. So I also have to upgrade the fuel and the spark in this car. So I'm getting an oversized fuel pump and bigger plugs.
Hey, Rich, remember I said, what's going on here?
Yeah.
We figured that out.
Yeah.
That's your shock brace.
Yeah, that's one of the things. The problem is I don't need shock brakes. My motor ain't big enough.
Well, it's pumping out way over 320 horsepower. That's
blow-off valve.
okay.
Which allows my pressure to build up big time. I don't get that sound anymore because I'm building the pressure up in the vehicle. But as long as the shock brace, people laugh if you put a shock brace on a 4-cylinder. But anyway,
That didn't stop Vince, although he's got a Coyote now.
Okay. So the main thing that's going on with this vehicle right now is going to be the dyno, the new tune, and that fucking turbo. I didn't spend $2 grand for a turbo for no reason at all.
When was this time you armor on all this?
It's been a while, obviously.
No, it looks good.
Well, you know I keep this thing sharp, man. So
I love this car, man. I love it. You know, Stang Mode has the Bat Stang.
Yeah.
It's a yellow Coyote under there.
I see the paint, and I'm like, dude, why would you change the color?
Why would you put a dull wrap over a canary yellow Mustang?
Yeah, he had a triple yellow Mustang, and nobody's breaking his balls. I happen to love the triple yellow. Maybe some don't,
man.
some do.
It's boss, man. It's or as the young guys say, it's dope.
Sick dope. I don't know. I'm old head now.
That's a hot rod color. Yellow, there's no doubt. Yellow is a hot rod color. I have a question you still didn't answer.
Good.
The catalytic converter on here, is it real or is it just for show?
It's just for show.
There's nothing inside it.
There's nothing inside.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
This is not to get through inspection.
Where are you going?
1 second, we'll say goodbye to her.
Oh, she's leaving?
Last time we do this.
Yeah, hey folks, it's literally 21 degrees in New Jersey right now.
I gotta get gloves. I could do this all day if I had gloves.
Man, look at the interior. That car's gorgeous.
Hand over here.
It's always.
Hand over here.
Yeah.
He wants me to heat this thing up so he can smoke me. That's what he's doing. Does that sound
I'm not
familiar?
trying-
Does that sound
I'm
familiar?
not inside. I'm
Come
gonna
on
wait for
in.
you guys inside. Go down, make a right, then come back up Parkville Cross Keys Road.
Still is comfortable.
It's freezing here. All right, and here we go again. I don't think there's going to be much. He claims the fuel. There is a little difference, but the Bama tune has me throttled down, so I don't get the full potential out of it.
Well, this clearly says to me that he's not.
Now I'm driving around with hip tail lights ain't good either.
Even if it's with them.
That's my girl trying to raise me, and I ain't clapping. Yeah, I kind of think this thing really runs now, ain't
You know, I never feel it, but if I look at the speedometer.
Yeah, I think the last time that you and I took this ride, you were like, yeah, but it's more of a comfortable sports car because it's not violent.
Yeah.
It really isn't. It doesn't have the noise of an 8-cylinder. What is it better than what it used to be? Fuck yeah, this thing's ready to go. If I can dial it in, we'll really be good. So that's going to take Casper, take it and have it dynoed.
All right.
And have them do, get rid of Bama and go into Auto Mafia 2. Yes, the turbo here made a big difference, dude. So I'm going to beat it until the bank repos in. See, where Mark had a problem is every time he shifted the gear, I grabbed a foot on him. Now I'm going to grab 2 or 3 feet on him. So it's going to be a whole different ballgame. And I love the guy.
So, that's what I've heard.
Listen, I love the guy. He, sometimes, it's nice to chirp first, second, third. Sometimes it's nice to stay on the ground because spinning ain't winning. But if you're going by the different mold, that's the whip you want. You want his car. You can dump the clutch, chirp first, chirp second, chirp third. I'm trying to stay on the ground. And I'm just a small fish with a 4-cylinder doing what I can do to make things happen.
You had 150 candidates that you went through, and they were all so impressive. And this is the guy that you.
So she'll run it.
I don't doubt you.
Run it.
There's no doubts in my mind. We'll have to, when it gets warmer, we'll have to see it against some
We'll
cars.
do it again, no doubt. I got no problem coming out and doing it again.
And he rambles on for.
If you want to keep that going, you can tell Mark I want you to keep this going. He gets on my fucking nerves once in a while. He's arrogant and ignorant, just like myself. So when you put 2 arrogant and ignorant people together, you clash heads, man. I love the guy, though.
That thing sounded like a motorcycle. I swear to God, it sounded like someone was on what do we used to call that? The dirt bike.
2-stroke RM or something, bro. With a power band.
What was the RM? What did my buddy Larry call it?
I don't know what your buddy Larry called it. I can tell you this, when it's cold like this, you can understand. Normally it says, oh, it's comfortable. That thing just got a brand.
I heard it. It sounded like a motorcycle.
So I'm going to have to put it in the cooler when it gets stronger. That thing just ripped.
I heard you all go all the way up to Egg Harbor Road like a motorcycle. How'd it feel, Ant?
Smooth.
It moves. Smooth. I forgot to tell him. Did you get the camera on the speedometer? You son of a gun. I wanted you to...
I have to sit in his seat to do that.
Take it for a ride, in. Here's the keys, man.
He doesn't have a driver's license. Yo, put that away! Are you out of your mind? Put that away!
My doctor just gave me that.
Oh, yeah. In a paper baggie? In a plastic baggie?
My doctor didn't give me this, though. The doctor told me to stay away from this.
Hey, everybody. That concludes this episode of, January 29th? January 29th, 2021. The end of the first episode of this old Mustang. We hope you enjoyed it. We tried to do things a little different. It's freezing cold. It's 21 degrees out here. We revisited Rich, and you tell us who you want us to race next. And I'll go home. I'll start lining up the dugout. So long, everybody. See you soon. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, share, and put a comment down. Tell us what you want us to do next, even if it's mean. Bye-bye, everyone.